My name is Sonia Ferber, and I'm an agronomist. Today, I will be presenting to you, a middle school class, the importance of urban agriculture and give you some tips of how you can introduce it into your community. The topics I'm going to cover today are what is urban agriculture, how it affects the environment, how it affects our communities, what is spin farming, and what we can do to help. So first off, what is urban agriculture? Urban agriculture takes the idea of big industrial farming and makes it small and urban. This way we were able to provide fresh, locally sourced produce to our communities. This is important because as our society starts choosing more fast food, self-checkout lines, and click and collect options at grocery stores, we are losing our connections with people in our communities. So here's a movie trailer for a documentary called Growing Cities that I watched as a part of my eco-research project that highlights the good points of why urban agriculture is important. So a quick summary is that two friends took a road trip across the United States in hopes of finding successful urban farms. They collected information from everyone that they interviewed, and they used that information to make a urban farm in their home state. So I'll play that now. So I hope you enjoyed that documentary trailer. I really enjoyed that movie. I recommend it. So urban agriculture is important for the environment because it can lower carbon footprint. How? Without the need for big agricultural industries to farm with their large equipment that produce a lot of carbon dioxide, less carbon dioxide is being released into our atmosphere, hence lowering our carbon footprints. The more plants we grow locally, the cleaner our air is. Living in a big city where everyone uses vehicles to get around produces tons of fumes that are bad for our environment. And growing plants locally also means that we wouldn't need to use so much transportation to get our food to our plates. As of right now, the majority of produce has to travel from other countries on planes, boats, trains, and semi-trucks. These all produce a lot of carbon dioxide. And like I said earlier, urban agriculture is able to provide fresh fruits and vegetables that come straight out of the garden, straight out of the ground around you. Their taste is undeniably better as the farmers don't have to worry about the travel and shelf life of their food. They only care about you and the quality of the food they are putting on your plate. Another way that urban agriculture can benefit the environment is through using vacant space around town. How awesome would it be if your front yard was full of fresh food that you could pull and eat straight out of the ground? You know that empty lot in your neighborhood that no one lives in? That could be turned into a community garden where you could go and hang out with your friends while providing food for your community. Some people even grow on top of the roofs of their houses to maximize every space they have available. Community involvement is a really good way to meet new people that have the same interests as you. Creating a community garden brings people of all different backgrounds together that all appreciate the environment and the need for fresh food. Urban agriculture can provide jobs for those who've had difficulties finding jobs in the past, and it can give them a fresh start into a new life with employment. It's also a good idea for those who have no job experience and are wanting to work outdoors. This would be perfect for them. When growing a garden, it can kind of seem pointless at the beginning when you have nothing to show for it, but once you start getting fresh vegetables that you can share with all your friends, it makes all the waiting worthwhile. Growing and buying locally sourced food is super important for the economy as well. When you buy food from grocery stores, you are supporting the company that sent them to that store, which is usually from overseas to Canada. So when you buy locally, you're supporting the person in your community that grew that food. And this is a side note for anyone who would want to start their own urban farm in the future that not only produces food but profit. Spin farming, also known as small plot intensive farming, is a program you can purchase online that helps supports new and experienced people in the urban farming community. Their goal is to help people reach their plot's whole potential and aid them in ways to increase their profit that comes out of it. So some ways that we can implement urban agriculture into our communities is through school gardens, urban farms, community gardens, backyard gardens, edible landscapes on this diagram here. And those are all really practical ways for like suburban areas that have a lot of green space, but if you don't have like ground space, so if you don't have a lot of that, then if you live in a big city, then rooftop greenhouses would be perfect, as there's tons of roofs that are not serving any purpose. So if you put plants on top, it's perfect. There's also indoor farming, hydroponic, edible walls, vertical farming, and then there's peri-urban agriculture, which is similar to big farming industry work. So what we can do to help implement urban agriculture into our communities is start buying fresh produce from local growers and farmers markets and raise awareness about local urban farmers. Start a garden in your own yard. Fundraise to create community gardens around the city, and utilize vacant space to grow food for the community. We can spread our knowledge on urban agriculture to your friends and family so they can help you create a healthier community for everyone. Yeah, that was my presentation. So is there any questions? You can send them to me if you have any questions. And thank you for viewing my presentation on urban agriculture. So here's my references and my photo links. Thank you.